Have you ever caught yourself drifting through life, just going through the emotions? Not the emotions, just going through the motions without any real direction? Well, Napoleon Hill talks about this in his book, Outwitting the Devil. So let's look at the fear of making decisions or letting life control you versus being intentional, as he describes it. The key principle to not drifting through life is the ability to make decisions and stick to them. I can't tell you how many times after losing my confidence, I've found it so jolly hard to make significant decisions. I'd choose one option and then just minutes later that little voice would say, Margarita, are you really sure about this? And so I would swing like a blessed pendulum, going from one option to the other, backwards and forwards, frustrated and stuck. However, over time, I learned to view decision making like selling cattle, brought it back to the land here. Once the cattle are on the truck, you have to accept whatever the market deals you. You can't second guess it, you can't hesitate, you're committed, the cattle are on the truck and not coming back. Napoleon Hill calls this intentional living, and it begins with clear, deliberate choices. And briefly, here's how it works. 1. Gather your facts and understand your goals. Decisions are only effective when they're grounded in clarity. Have you noticed when you're drifting, you really aren't sure of where you're going, why you're going, what you're doing? Knowing exactly what you want creates a strong foundation for taking the right action. Secondly, stop hesitating. You have your goals, you've got the facts in front of you, make the decision. And I say it with emphasis because, oh my gosh, how many times was I there? Even small decisions, every decision you make and carry through strengthens your confidence. Next, once a decision is made, stick with it. Changing your mind only serves to create a cycle of frustration and failure. Trust me, I've been there and know all about it, and it's certainly not what you want. And finally, remember, decisive action far outweighs the perfect plan that never leaves the page. Action, commitment, and responsibility are the antidotes to drifting. They turn intention into progress. Now, I recently shared about drifting in my Grounded Wisdom series, Are You Drifting and Missing the Landing? On how easy it is to slip into drifting when we're not grounded. And Hill reminds us that drifting is exactly how fear keeps us stuck. So next time you feel like you're on autopilot and just drifting, hesitating, making those decisions, stop and notice what you're noticing. So this book, while written in the last century, continues to be a refreshing reminder to me that to drift or direct is a choice, and the power is in our own hands. So I'd love you to share in the comments below your gold nugget takeaway, or if you're brave enough to share a time you found yourself drifting. Decisions are easier when you're supported and inspired, and that's exactly what we do in the Thrive and Shine Collective. Share ideas, gain clarity, and take action together. I'd love to see you there.